Broadcasting from Slough. Streaming around the world.
This is Mark Denholm on Atom Radio.
The podcast.
Atom Radio. Oh, yeah. Playing the music you want to hear.
The podcast.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
Hello, welcome to episode 89 of the podcast. And I have to say, in full disclosure here, episode 89 is the best bits of breakfast because that's where I've been all week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, 7 until 10. However, you've still got your best bits podcast. That's good. On the way, we're looking at how to deal with unwanted call centre calls. Do you ever get them? They're such an annoyance, aren't they? Songs for Dom and also accompaniment for Dom. He's a popular chap this week, isn't he, old Dom? Camping at home is becoming a thing as well. Mistaken identity. Whilst, like mistaken identity, it's like something out of Toy Story gone wrong altogether. And cyclists. Our old favourite cyclists are back on the podcast this week. So here we go, the best bits of breakfast. It is episode 89 of the podcast. Get yourself a cup of tea, get yourself a beer, get whatever you want. Get ready to enjoy this week's Best Bits podcast. Now!
AtomRadio.co.uk.
That's quite appropriate, isn't it? Bank Holiday Monday and another one in this kind of lockdown thing. Bananarama and Cruel Summer at 7:07. Good morning, this is Mark, back with you. After a week off, it is Bank Holiday Monday, and we are doing nothing but the 80s today. It is Bank Holiday Monday. In England, you can drive wherever you want for unlimited exercise. Please remember, if you do go out, social distancing and all that if you go out in England. In Scotland, well, wee Nicola Sturgeon, she doesn't want you to have any fun, so stay at home. In Wales, of course, they have their slogan too, stay home, protect the NHS. There's lovely, you see. So, you got to be careful wherever you're going today. Remember, coronavirus is still out there, so do be careful wherever you go.
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio. Atom Radio.
19 to 8, Monday morning, Atom Radio's 80s Day Breakfast Show. And this is Mark with you until 10 o'clock. I have been getting, last week while I was off, calls from a call centre. But the thing is, right, what's most annoying about it is, when you answer it, you then get, you have been called today by blah blah, and your call is now in a queue for an operator. Well, wait 1 minute. I didn't call you, you called me. Why do I now have to queue to speak to someone when I got answered? So anyway, I thought, not having this, same number again. So they rung up. And this time there was actually somebody there saying, hello, is that Mark? Hello, you have been answered by the queue of Mark Denholm. Please wait for an operator to connect you to an available person.
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio.
About back end of last week, IKEA, or IKEA as they prefer to be called, I don't know what they're called, but anyway, they announced they would not be reopening their Coventry store, which is near the Coventry Sky Dome. And many, many ice hockey fans do go there to enjoy the meatballs on playoff finals weekend. They won't be doing that again. Pizza Express have now said that they could permanently close scores of their 470 restaurants. They appear to be going through a restructuring process known as a CVA. So in other words, what they need to do is get Prince Andrew back on their marketing. Then it'll all be solved and it'll all work out fine.
Mark Denholm.
Online radio streaming from Slough, United Kingdom. This is Atom Radio. Hello, cheers for sticking us on this morning. You got Mark until 10 o'clock. Yesterday, on Bank Holiday Monday, Dominic Cummings came out and did a news conference. Very unusual for a political aide to come out and do a news conference. But he basically said, yes, I did drive 260 miles. Yes, I did then also drive to Blandford Castle, wherever it was, to test my eyes. Most people go to the optician. And there was absolutely no sign of sorrow, no sign of remorse or anything, And I was thinking the Dominic Cummings Lockdown 2020 tour, like songs he could do, share, if I could turn back time, I'd do it all again. Robbie Williams, obviously, and No Regrets. I've got a new order, by the way, and Regret. I'll do that for you in the next hour. If he wants to get, a little more contemporary, he could go for Jay-Z and Regrets as well. But then, like the one that he could possibly do, he's going to have to slightly change the lyrics here. Change she to he, and he's all right, isn't he? Because he could do Robbie Williams and Angels in terms of Boris Johnson. And through it all, he offers me protection. A lot of love and affection, whether I'm right or wrong.
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio. Atom Radio.
29 to 9, Tuesday, 26th of May. Tickets for the Dominic Cummings Lockdown Tour 2020. Special guest now announced as well. He'll be performing with the Pink Panther. Why, you may ask? Well, he's a big fan, because the Pink Panther also goes to Durham, 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 Durham.
Mark Denholm.
atomradio.co.uk.
Announced yesterday for the UK that when shops reopen, plastic screens on the tills, they must all be 6 foot apart as well. Changing rooms and toilets will be closed. There'll be hand sanitizer stations. There'll be 72-hour quarantine for tried-on items. Promotions from tight spaces, they'll be moved. Customers will all be kept 6 foot away, and a one-way walkway. This sounds like, take out the hand sanitizer. It sounds just like a trip to IKEA.
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio.
Online at atomradio.co.uk, on your mobile via TuneIn, also iTunes Radio on the mobile or the PC, and if you have got a smart speaker, you can listen on that too. You see, we are everywhere. Just had a message from my friend asking, how many coffees I've had this morning. I don't drink coffee. I drink tea, and I'm now on to cup number 3 of the day already. It's 19 to 8, cup number 3 of the day, right? I don't drink coffee, but then this got me thinking, right? I love coffee cream sweets. Yummy. I love coffee cake. Yummy. Coffee as a drink? I won't touch it. I don't know why. Like when I like the coffee flavouring, I don't like the coffee drink.
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio. Atom Radio.
Online around the world at atomradio.co.uk, on TuneIn on iTunes Radio and your smart speaker as well. It is 8:07 in the UK. I mentioned earlier that shops are going to be reopening, all right, from the 15th of June. Non-essential shops can reopen, providing they are coronavirus safe. This includes social distancing, it includes hand sanitizers, changing rooms closed, toilets closed, and one-way system. It all sounds quite boring, doesn't it? Let's be honest here, right? Are you going to go back shopping when the shops open? And if you are, what's the first shop you're looking forward to going to? Like me, I don't like queuing, so I'm just going to wait until the queuing is gone. Genuinely, I am. Aldi is going to install a traffic light system on the store doors. So if the shop is too busy, there'll be a traffic light, a red traffic light, and the doors will not open. I mean, it's all just a bit much, really, isn't it? I know why it's being done, but it just doesn't suit me. So I will just stick to waiting until everything goes back to normal, I think.
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio.
This is Atom Radio, online at atomradio.co.uk, on TuneIn, on iTunes Radio, and on your smart speaker. Another bird story, 2 bird stories in a day. A pigeon has been arrested in India after being accused of being a Pakistani spy. Oh my word. Is this for real? The alleged spy was discovered by Geeta Devi, who lives in the Kathua district of Kashmir, after the bird flew into her home on the 24th of May. Most people kind of get a net and try and shoo it back out, don't have it arrested. It was found to have been painted pink and was carrying a ring around its foot with numbers on. The Times of India report that Senior Superintendent, my God, they're taking this seriously, aren't they? Senior Superintendent of the Kathua Police, Shailendra Kumar Mishra, said, "We don't know where it came from. Locals captured it near fences. We found a ring on its foot with some numbers written on it. Further investigation is underway." Is that a serious news story? Is somebody having a wind-up on a Wednesday morning? I mean, you've arrested a pigeon. Good God.
Mark Denholm.
Lockdown and coronavirus has seen many, many ingenious inventions come up, but I'm not sure that this is one of the best of them. A bridal shop has created a lace face mask for weddings. Now, let me see what could possibly go wrong wearing a bit of lace over your face. What could possibly go wrong there? I mean, there are doubts over the scientific effectiveness of actual face coverings rather than the full PPE masks. What protection are you going to get from a bit of lace stuck over your face? And how much does that cost?
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio. Atom Radio.
You got Mark Denholm here on The Breakfast Show, waking up with you, although we are at least 2 meters apart. Online shopping. What is the downside to online shopping? Well, earlier on this year it was the fact that you just couldn't get a slot. But now we're just back to the ordinary downfall to online shopping. And that is substitutions. Like, I mean, I did my shopping online a couple of times, and pretty much most of what I actually wanted was substituted for other stuff, and the stuff that was like non-essential and that, you know, like I remember I'd ordered blue milk. Can't stand the green or the red. I'd ordered blue milk, and that was substituted for red, so that was rejected straight away. This, though, however, this could be the worst substitution ever. 31-year-old Hannah Williamson ordered 2 packs of size 6 nappies for her daughter, who will be celebrating her 2nd birthday next week. Happy birthday, Hannah. With no warning at all, however, instead of 2 packs of size 6 nappies, she received a pack of incontinence knickers. She couldn't stop laughing, particularly as her husband didn't even spot the mistake when unpacking the shopping. She said it wasn't even listed as a substitution, even though we had 3 other substitutions listed on the shopping. I mean, what are you going to do with a near 2-year-old and a pack of incontinence pants? Like, well done Tesco, top work.
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio.
There is a trend emerging of people going camping in their own back gardens because they can't have summer holidays this year. People are going camping in the garden instead of going on holiday. Like, you know, they're actually pitching tents in their back gardens and all that. Does this mean as they're camping in the back garden, they are allowed to go in and use the toilet, or do they have to dig a hole in their own back garden and bury a bucket?
Mark Denholm.
AtomRadio.co.uk.
Coming up to 7:30. Bad news. I mentioned on Drive Time a few weeks ago, with lockdown, we were only a hosepipe ban away from catastrophe. The driest May ever is set to continue, with Britain braced for scorching 82 degrees Fahrenheit sunshine this weekend, as the odds are now slashed on June being the hottest on record. Hang on. What is 82 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius? Hold on, I don't know that.
Here's what I found.
You've not really given me an answer then, have you? Try again, hang on. What is 82 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius?
27.8 degrees Celsius.
There we are, 27.8 degrees Celsius this weekend. You know what's happening, don't you? Lockdown and a hosepipe ban. It's coming.
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio. Atom Radio.
Friday morning on Atom Radio. You got Mark here until 10 o'clock this morning. Final day of the working week. And of course, from Monday, car showrooms and outdoor markets can open. Announced yesterday that cricket domestically won't be starting until at least the 1st of August. However, football will return on June the 17th, so not long now until the football returns. And South Korea have shown the dangers, however, of playing behind closed doors. FC Seoul have apologised after they accidentally used adult dolls rather than normal mannequins to populate their stadium for a game at home to Gwangju. Whoops, that's not good. The game was being played without spectators as efforts to combat the coronavirus pandemic, but they've used naughty dolls instead. Grab your travel news on atomradio.co.uk. It remains very quiet out and about, so there's nothing really to tell you.
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio.
The police. Do-do-do-do, da-da-da-da. 8:08 Friday morning. Mark with you on The Breakfast Show on atomradio.co.uk, on TuneIn, on iTunes Radio, and on Smart Speaker. We did contact Sting and asked him for his opinion on the Dominic Cummings saga, being a member of the police, but he said that he had nothing further to add to the statement of Durham Constabulary. That is, of course, not true, because I don't have Sting's phone number, so I didn't really contact him. I am just wondering, though, on the trip to Barnard Castle on his wife's birthday, I do wonder if the soundtrack to the journey was Carol Fialka. because he could surely have listened to The Eyes Have It, couldn't he?
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio. Atom Radio.
The other one I want to shout out as well is Dublin Airport, because Dublin Airport have been absolutely quality. It's an award-winning Twitter service. There was a flight that was passing over Dublin Airport and over the Dublin Airport airspace, just gathering information for a mapping service. And this flight was just showing on one of the flight tracking apps as just basically backward, forward, backward, forward, backward, forward, backward, forward. And it had been going on for about 4 hours. And somebody tweeted them and said, hey, look, what's going on here? What is going on? To which Dublin Airport replied, don't worry, it's just a pilot checking his eyesight to make sure he'll be okay for a transatlantic flight later in the week. I think that's quality as well. You know what? Some people, like Donald Trump, knock Twitter, but it is a great place. I love some of the stuff that pops up on Twitter. Genuinely love it.
Mark Denholm on Atom Radio.
14 to 9 if you are watching the clock because you're heading to work or because you're supposed to be heading to your work at home station, then hurry along. Drivers, a video has emerged of a driver's rage at being stuck behind a slow cyclist. Now I'm wondering, Donald Trump has been fact-checked on Twitter. Has anybody fact-checked this story? Because it turns out that the driver has abused the cyclist, who's shouting, stay off the road if you can't keep up, and then shouts, you're not even pedaling, and then overtakes the cyclist. He gets to the set of traffic lights where he is stopped by a red light, and you can hear him say, oh no, it's a red light. The cyclist then overtakes him and runs the red light. Hang on, this is where it needs fact-checking. Cyclists never, ever run red lights. You ask any of them, cyclists never, ever do wrong. So I'm wondering, it's here, on camera. You can see the driver stop at the red light. You can see the cyclist overtake him and go through the red light. But cyclists never, ever do wrong. Ask one.
atomradio.co.uk.
That story surely has to be fact-checked, doesn't it? I mean, I think somebody has probably edited the dash cam because cyclists never, ever run red lights. There's got to be somebody who's just edited that dash cam and superimposed the cyclist in. It couldn't be, could it? Genuinely, it couldn't be. Those are your best bits this week. In fact, the best bits of breakfast this week. Whatever you're doing this weekend, have yourself a absolutely fantastic weekend, to borrow from Mentor Pilot. As I borrowed the music as well, I may as well. Keep yourself safe and don't forget, instructions in the UK remain you can only meet one person this weekend. The new instructions start on Monday. Do not get caught out on that as well. If you are going out and about for your unlimited exercise as well, combine two birds with one stone. Get your eyes tested at Barnard Castle while you are out. Keep yourself safe. Thank you for enjoying the podcast. Hopefully enjoying the podcast this week. Don't forget, go subscribe. Look after yourself. Have fun. Enjoy the weekend.
Atom Radio. Playing the music you want to hear.
Check out the show back on Monday on atomradio.co.uk, and don't forget you can subscribe on iTunes, on Spotify and on Google as well. Keep yourself well.
Atom Radio.